Hey, and welcome to the Commissioner's Report. I'm Brian Lacey, sitting in for Jeff Foley. Now, on this edition of the Commissioner's Report, joining us is Commissioner George Lindsay. Welcome to the show, Commissioner.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here.
And also joining us is Eric Eversole. He's from Polk County Natural Resources. He's an educator with the program. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Welcome to be here.
All right. So, going to dive right into things. If you're a fan or a friend of Polk County on social media, you know, you guys were all over our Facebook page for your annual New Year's Day hike. How long have you been involved in that, and how did that become a thing?
Well, I can't take credit for it. My predecessor, Bob English, started it. Bob was quite an outdoorsman and a jogger and a runner, and he thought it'd be a good idea to kick off New Year's with this kind of walk. So in his 2 terms, I guess he started early on. That would have been 8 years. And then it was kind of a tradition that District 1 would carry the ball, since Bob was from District 1. So I agreed to do so. And so this is now just finished our 12th year. So we've been going 20 years with my term and Bob's term. But we missed 1 year only because of the COVID. But it's a good way to start off the new year. Get outdoors, enjoy the weather, enjoy certainly Circle B. It's a great facility, and I've enjoyed being part of it these last 12 years.
Now, during your tenure, you've obviously seen it grow. Talk to me a little bit about that, the crowds that you see out there, and some of the things that folks can expect to see on it.
Well, probably the most exciting thing that I've seen in my various visits out there was once watching an eagle launch off the top of a very tall tree, and that big wingspan was just majestic. That was very exciting. But you often see the alligators, but mostly you see the variety of birds that frequent the area, all kind of varieties of birds, and that's very exciting. Eric certainly is more detailed of that and can name all of them that I can't, but it attracts a lot of photographers to that area because of the sheer natural beauty of the area.
Now, I wanted to ask, you know, whether it's cold, whether it's warm, you've been doing it for quite some time. It has its fans now, doesn't it?
We've done it rain, sleet, or snow. Man, had snow. We did have some inclement weather a couple of times, but we still had a very good turnout. I would say the average turnout on this event is usually somewhere between 80 and 100 plus. We had about that on a most recent New Year's Day. And it's interesting that there's a good mix of folks that's their first visit to the facility, and they're in awe, of course. We have a lot of repeat folks, and a lot of folks that are visiting Central Florida and have heard about Circle B and use this as an occasion to come, and that's encouraging that it does have such a broad range, and the comments are always glowing as to what the county and working with the Water Management District and DOT have come together to make this facility work.
Now, Eric, as the commissioner said, first time coming to the park, we get them out there. Then we got to have a reason to bring them back and keep them coming back. You guys have a program going on. Prescription, what exactly is that?
So there's this idea of park prescriptions, and that's basically, you think of when a doctor prescribes a prescription for you, you know, it's to help you get well. And we often see that a lot of times people will come out to nature to get well, in a sense, whether it be for physical or mental health reasons. You know, there's lots of different studies that have shown the benefits of going outdoors. Some show how you can decrease blood pressure just by hiking outdoors. There's lots of trees that will even release certain chemicals that lower our cortisol levels, so our stress and everything like that. And so we have a lot of people that after their experience with a New Year's Day hike or just coming out for the first time, there's a little bit of awe and wonder, and they want to get a sense of that again. So they keep coming for that, and that's what these prescriptions are all about.
Now, we've heard a little bit about what's going on outside, but something that folks might be in awe of is the actual facility itself and the training tools that you have available to you. Talk a little bit about the facility is available.
Sure. We have a wonderful nature center out there, and as you come into the nature center, we call it Polk's Nature Discovery Center. And as you come in, that's the whole goal, is that you discover the wonders of Polk County and the different wildlife habitats that we have, not just at Circle B, but throughout the county. And so as you go through the facility, you're first greeted by this giant oak tree that the kids can even climb up, and there's a tree house. And as you go through, though, you see not just the oak tree, you see little examples of wetlands, uplands, and you see how all these different habitats are connected together. And that's the story that our Nature Center tells, and how they can go out and explore not just Circle B, but all of our other environmental lands.
When they go out to explore the environmental lands, talk about the importance of respecting the nature itself, and talk about there are certain times that the trails are closed, things along that lines are closed for the safety of the residents.
Absolutely, that is a great point that you bring up, because one of the things when I'm doing stuff with kids, just this morning we have a school group out, and as we were going through rules and everything, we talked about remembering this is nature's home and we're just visiting. And so understanding that, you know, if we see wildlife that's out there, it's not for us to go play around with, because it is wild and things like that. And so if there's an alligator on the trail, you know, we don't mess with those animals because this is their home. And they are a very large animal with lots of teeth, about 80 teeth to be exact. And I don't want to mess with any of those teeth. And so for our safety, you know, and for the animal safety, we always tell people if there is something like an alligator on the trail or things like that, just start hiking back the way that you came from. It's safe for you, it's safe for the animals, and that's really what we want at the end of the day, is we want everybody to maintain that safety and that respect for the wildlife.
One of the things that the commissioners and those involved that bring the individuals to Polk County, and of course with us being one of the fastest growing areas in the United States, is quality of life. Talk to me about the role that Circle B plays in bringing people to live, that want to work, live, and play in this area, and that being a featured event.
Absolutely. This ties back to that whole idea of park prescriptions and going there for that wellness. As people come to Lakeland to either live in Lakeland or to work in the areas around Lakeland, the day-to-day can sometimes be overwhelming, and sometimes we need a moment to just disconnect from our day-to-day and reconnect to the wildlife and to the wilderness, and just kind of get that calming sense. And so Circle B, we have over 7 miles of different hiking trails that visitors can come, and as Commissioner Lindsay was discussing, we have lots that come out to do that wildlife photography, others that just come to just enjoy it with their eyes and to see that. So they'll go out hiking, we have some that will jog or even ride their bikes, but Circle B being so close to Lakeland is, I think, what makes it so special, because it's one of those little places where we have tucked away a little over 1,200 acres where people can just come and feel like they have disconnected from the outside world and really be immersed. And that's what we're all about, especially with our school groups even, is making sure that these students understand that from a young age. And so as they become the leaders of tomorrow in Polk County, that they're ready for that, and that they understand they have places like Circle B where they can go to kind of reconnect themselves.
Commissioner, going to give you the last word on this. What I want you to do is inspire the visitors and residents of Polk County to get out and see the natural beauty that we have to enjoy.
Well, I want to give you a teaser for the follow-up, and that is that the county has recently closed on over 300 acres on the east side of the county, on the east side of Lake Marion. And they'll be embarking on developing a master plan for the entire project right on the lake shore, similar to Circle B East. We'll come up with a name for that later. But as soon after the master plan is developed, we'll start developing phases that will allow it to be open in advance of being entirely complete. So it'll be fun to watch it evolve over time and provide yet another respite for that recharge. And perhaps my successors will have a New Year's Day walk on the east side.
All right. Commissioner Lindsay, Eric, I appreciate you guys coming in, joining us on the show, and come back and see us soon, would you please?
Of course. Thanks for having us.
Look forward to it.
That's going to do it for this episode of the Commissioner's Report. I'm Brian Lacey, sitting in for Jeff Foley, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and like our social media.